Good afternoon, everybody. Coming back with another TTM video for you all. It is Saturday afternoon, and we got another 4 returns in the mail today, and got some really exciting returns. Do want to say that starting yesterday, those of us that joined up with Caleb and his Battle of the Decades again, we started that yesterday, and it's running through December 31st. Don't know if they're taking any more people as far as joining in, but if you happen to be interested in it, reach out to Caleb or Chase and see if there's a way that you can get in. I'm on Team 90s, and we are going against Team 50s and 60s for baseball returns. And so yesterday was day 1, and today I did get a return that will qualify for us in Team 90s. And so hope you guys follow along with this Battle of the Decades. It's a blast. I was in last season's battle when it was football, and I expect this season to be even better. Just wanted to again thank Caleb and Chase for putting it on. And why don't we get into what we got today, guys? So we'll start with the return for the Battle of the Decades. It is coming out of Seattle, Washington. Oh, you know what? That's not it. It's this one. Sorry, guys. Start with this one for the Battle of the Decades. It's a 7 of 7 success. Don't know where it's coming from because there is no postmark. My camera is not wanting to focus. There we go. 7 of 7 success in 9 days. Like I said, no postmark. But Scott at Reindeer Studios will love this one. It is Mr. Scott Bales. So we got Mr. Bales on this 1989 Donruss. Then we also got him on this 1990 Topps. So there's the point for Team 90s. Then I also got him on this 87 Donruss. I got him on another 89 Donruss. And then, as you guys know, I'm working on a 1990 Donruss set, so I got him on 2 for 1990 Donruss. And to finish it off, Mr. Bales was nice enough to sign the index card. All of them in blue Sharpie. All of them came out fantastic. I want to thank you, Mr. Bales, for signing these all for me and getting them back so quickly. I do appreciate it. So that was my return for Battle of the Decades. Moving on to the next success. It's a 1 of 3 success in 9 days, coming out of Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Florida. The person did not sign the 2 index cards I sent. And it is Mr. Jimy Williams. So we got Mr. Williams on this 1989 Topps. Came out beautiful. The thin blue Sharpie. I do have a couple other cards I found of him after the fact. Don't know whether I'll send out to him or not. Now that we're starting the Battle of the Decades, I'm gonna probably want to try to save as many sendouts as I can for people that will qualify for Team 90s. So I'm not sure, but I did get him on this 89 Topps. Looks great. Mr. Williams was a manager in MLB for a long time. Was also a coach under other managers for quite a long time as well. So I'm glad to get him. I know he's up there in age. And again, fantastic return, only 9 days. The next return I got is a 2 of 4 success. It took 70 days, coming out of West Palm Beach, Florida. The 2 items the person didn't sign were the index cards. But I know some of you will be interested in this return just because you guys have purchased cards off of eBay or gotten cards through your collection that you were going to send off to him. And so it is Mr. Joe Schmidt.
1957, and I'm waiting. It's the World Championship game. There is no Super Bowl. It's between Cleveland and Detroit. It's at Detroit. And here's the great Cleveland Browns, and they really were, coached by Paul Brown. You got all legends playing on this football team. Detroit does not beat them, they embarrass them.
Luke Carpenter tries to turn the right flank. The Lions all-pro linebacker Joe Schmidt lays Lou low for a 3-yard loss.
Joe Schmidt. He imposes his will. And Jim Brown, who's the greatest, had a very bad day. They run him right out of the gym.
Which sets up an interception by linebacker Joe Schmidt.
Everybody leaves the stadium with one word on their lips, and that's Joe Schmidt. He was drafted low. They spent all their money on a running back. I think his name was Gene Gedman. They had a parade for Gene Gedman. Had a parade downtown Detroit. Here comes our running back. As Joe got off the bus, he goes, "What's the parade for?" Our new running back.
Over the next 13 years, Detroit discovered it had celebrated the wrong arrival.
Joe Schmidt, the greatest linebacker to ever play. As he went into pro football, there was no middle linebacker. Luckily, he had been playing that at the University of Pittsburgh. He was cerebral. He was very intelligent. So he was always there making the play before the play got going.
I think you have to look at football skills, okay? The intuition about playing football. Some of those things you can't teach or diagram, and I think I had that ability.
Zeke Bratkowski connects with Willie Gallimore in the right flat, but a vicious tackle by Gary Lowe jars the ball loose. Joe Schmidt picks it up at the 14, dribbles once, and goes in to score for Detroit.
He, to me, is the history of the National Football League. For every single play, he spilled his guts. He was playing in a preseason game, no face mask. Takes a heel on the eye, and they rip his eye open. This was the NFL, as I remember it, and they give him 22 stitches in the eye at halftime. He says, "It's a preseason game. This game doesn't count." The coach came and says, "Joe, you will start the second half." And to this day, Joe says, "I don't think I can see." And the coach says, "Just see what you can out of that other eye." And that's how his whole career was played. Joe Schmidt, too small, too slow, just the best there ever was.
So we got Mr. Schmidt on this 4x6. Came out fantastic with the blue Sharpie right there. Has a beautiful signature. Love this. His signature will look great on this actual card. Yeah, the background just sets up for a beautiful signature. But the photo came out fantastic. And then we also got Mr. Schmidt on this 4x6. Again, with the background and everything, would be a perfect card to get signed. And you can see beautiful blue Sharpie right there. Couldn't ask for anything more. Fantastic signer. Also getting up there in age. And I'm sure I'll be seeing videos from a few of you shortly with cards coming back from him, because I know a few of you were planning on doing that. So Mr. Schmidt, still signing, still doing great things for TTM. The last one I have was awesome. I know some of you have gotten him before. I think he's fantastic. NBA Hall of Famer, both as a player and a coach. Played on my Portland Trail Blazers when he was a player. I just think a ton of this guy. He was one of the best coaches to ever coach in the NBA. And he's a great TTMer, so doesn't charge, free. Mr. Lenny Wilkens. He, like I said, doesn't charge. I sent him 4 items. He signed all 4. A quick turnaround, again, 9 days from the Washington area. So if you guys are into basketball at all or into Hall of Famers, you definitely should send out to Lenny Wilkens. He should be on your list because it's a guarantee return, free, and he'll just sign anything you want. Comes out beautiful. So we got Mr. Wilkens on this 89-90 hoops. It's hard to tell, but you can see his signatures right there when he's coaching the Cavs. Got him on this 90-91 Skybox, which came out fantastic with the background. You can see his signatures right there. Awesome. Full legible signature. Fantastic. Got him on the 91-92 Skybox. As you know, I'm doing the set. This one came out the best out of all of them, so thank you, Mr. Wilkens. And then, if that wasn't enough, he signed the index card for me, which looks amazing. You can really see how nice his signature is. Yeah, guys, if you have not gotten him, just eat the cost of a couple stamps and get him, because he's definitely worth it. Like I said, Hall of Fame player and Hall of Fame coach. It's pretty spectacular. And then the last thing he sent wasn't an autograph, but I wanted to give it to you guys just so you guys would have it. And that is, he sent his Lenny Wilkens Foundation card. And you can see it's got an email address there. I'm covering up his phone number because I don't want you guys to see that. I don't know if you wanted that out or not. But it's his own foundation. I'm sure if you feel to send any kind of donation, it's going to go to this. So it's completely up to you. And then here's the back, so you guys can see it. But yeah, I am thrilled with the returns I got today. I'm completely excited that Battle of Decades has started. Like I said, if you guys are interested, reach out to Caleb and Chase and see if you guys can still get in on it. As always, the address I used will be in the description. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Hope you guys have a blessed evening. And until our next video, see ya.